Great. So hi, Kenzie.
Hi.
Again, hi again. So what has been the best part of your weekend or your
Um,
whole week?
uh, I just thought about an answer. Now I lost it. The best part of my week has been, I think, planning ahead to
Hmm.
do things for myself. So, for example, my family planned a trip and they're going to come visit me next weekend, which is exciting. And then like I told you in the last video, I've been like starting to do like a morning routine and a night routine. So just finding like little tiny things that I can do or look forward to. I'm having dinner with a friend tonight via FaceTime. So just like little things that are exciting.
Okay. So are you looking forward to your family coming?
Yeah, yeah, my sister just had a new baby, so they're gonna bring him down.
That's cute.
Yes, so I'm excited.
So what have you got planned for, when they come?
I don't think really anything. Last time they came down, we kind of just like hung out inside just because of, COVID, obviously, but we like played board games, we played Switch a little bit. We did go out to dinner, safely. So probably just hanging out.
Okay. That sounds fun.
Mm,
Yeah. So do you want to talk about the happiness inventory that you did?
yeah, yeah. Um just anything in particular?
Yeah, what were the top three or the top results that you got?
Yeah, so my top three were acts of kindness, savoring life's joys, and then taking care of your body.
Mm. So do you want to talk more about each of these points?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So,
were you surprised getting these results and how did you feel taking it?
um, taking the actual assessment, I was honestly a little frustrated. Um, just because of the math, like it was I messed up a few times. So once I finally got it down, I think it made sense. Um, I wasn't really surprised, honestly, because these are the three things that I do a lot, but there's also some other ones that like I feel like I do a lot of these, but then I feel like there's some that I'm like, oh, I don't do that whatsoever. So I wasn't surprised. But it was definitely kind of interesting to think about everything.
Mhm. So what are some acts of kindness that you engage in?
Um, I think this one was hard because I think it's like nothing like major. I think I do like little things throughout the day. So kind of like you said, like I'll hold the door open for people, or I'll like in passing like ask someone how they're doing, or I'll reach out to a friend like randomly and be like, how are things going? Like random things like that. I think I do them like almost all the time. Like it's like hard to pinpoint exact ones.
Okay. And you also wrote about saving lives joys,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So what exactly do you do um, to be happy?
Hmm. Um, I think in terms of that one, that's something that I've started like more recently. Just with COVID, it's really taught me to like savor the small things. So like I wrote about, I've been doing like a video diary, which is something I did 2 years ago, but I actually skipped 2020 because my mental health was not the best in 2020. So I took a break, but I picked it back up again this year. And I've just been trying to be really, really present, like be really intentional about where I spend my time and not doing things that are draining. Like if I want to say no to something, I've been saying no. So I've just really been trying to be intentional.
Okay. So what do you include in the videos? Do you talk about only the positives or you talk about everything that happens during the day?
Yeah, so I use an app on my phone and it's just a like a 1 second video every single day for the whole year. And then at the end of the year you can like combine them all. So it'll be like boom, 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 1 second for every single day that you recorded. Um, and usually what I'll do is I'll like take the sound out of the videos and then I'll put like songs in the background. So it'll be like 3 or 4 songs, but it's just a recap of everything I did this year. So it'll be like friends, food, like nature, like just like a whole compilation of like what my year looked like. And I think it's really cool.
So do you do this for you or you send it to friends?
That's a good question. So I do it for me just so I kind of remember, just because, it's hard to remember every single day, like what you did. So I mainly do it for me, but I also do like I'll post it on Facebook and be like, hey, if you're interested, like here's what my year looked like. And I know a lot of people like watched it or like they were inspired, so they downloaded the app and things like that. But I mainly do it just so I can look back and like see what I was up to.
Okay. And how do you feel when you watch the video like at the end of the year?
Um, I think I rewatched my one from 2019 like a few days ago just because I came across it. And I felt like really, I guess, like overwhelmed, honestly, just because of how much things have changed. Like the last time I did this, I was an undergrad. So I think it was my senior year, 2 years ago. So just like how much has changed. Like I was in a completely different place, like physically. I was like with friends that like some of them I still talk to, some of them I don't. So it was kind of like bittersweet to watch it, but it definitely was like happy at the same time. Like I did a lot of good things.
Okay. So when you watch it and you see your friends or your ex-friends that you no longer talk to, do you think that you want to, you know, communicate with them or reach out to them to mend, the broken relationship?
Um, I think it depends. So a few of them actually like I have. It wasn't because of the video, but it was just like, social media or things like that. So a few of the people like I've reached out to, but some of the other ones I'm like it was good. And then I reflect a lot about like why it ended and it's nothing bad, like no fights or anything, but sometimes it's just like we ended on a happy note. So it's like satisfying to know that like we're both doing good.
Okay. I mean, it's actually a good idea, and I might also do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when at the end of the year, when you're rewatching the video, you just feel like, damn, I actually went through this, and this year was messed up, or this year was good. So it just makes you reflect on your life
Hmm.
and where you were going.
Hmm.
You get it. So it's actually a good way to journal, and I might try it.
Yeah.
It's actually a great idea. What's the name of the app?
It's 1 second every day.
1 second every day.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's like blue and I think yeah, it's a blue
Okay.
one.
Mm. And is it free or you need to pay for it? I
Um,
love free stuff.
it was free when I got it 2 years ago, but I'm not sure about now. It should
Okay.
be, but
I'll
you'll
check
have to
it
let me know.
out.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about the third result that's taking care of your body?
Yeah. So this is something, I guess it's weird because it's a high score, so it must be something that's like important to me, but it's something that I'm trying to like improve on. Um, I go on like a lot of walks and a lot of hikes, but I'm not the type of person to like go to the gym. It's like I'm fairly active because I go on a lot of walks, but I don't like using machines and things like that. Um, and recently I've been trying to get good sleep. My main thing has been drinking more water because I am not good at that. So it's just been like really, really trying to do better and like taking it real slow because I'm not at all where I want to be. So I have to like be realistic with myself.
Okay. So have you set some goals in that aspect?
Yeah. Yeah, last semester I actually did the well-being coaching through the rec and through CPS. So I know me and my coach, we talked a lot about water intake. That was like one of my main goals. So I've definitely come a long way since even the beginning of that. I was drinking like no water a day, and now I'm up to like, I think 2 big bottles a day. So it's something, but there's definitely like all this weekend I didn't have as much water as I should. So um goals, I think, yeah, like I said, I want to start working out in the mornings for like 20 minutes just to get myself up and moving. Um and then besides working out, like focusing on mainly water because I feel like I eat pretty decently. So, yeah.
Okay. And one thing I also liked when reading your paper was the part that you talked about taking care of yourself, like practicing personal hygiene. I think it's actually a good thing because when we talk about taking care of your body, we normally think about health wise, like we need to go to the gym, we need to eat healthy. But what about practicing personal hygiene? Do you
Yeah.
want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's, I mean, obviously, it doesn't really look like it right now because I'm still in my pajamas and I just woke up and I need to shower. But um, showering like daily is something that's really important to me just because it makes me feel good. Like, it's not like, there's, of course, times where I go, like I skip every other day or whatever, but that's just something that makes me feel good. Um, just like self care in general. So, like, painting my nails, like,
Mhm.
doing my hair, like things like that, just like making my body feel good, like putting on a good outfit. Like, I think those are just as important as being physically active and eating good and things like that.
Okay, that's great. So, how do you feel about all these? Like, do you feel like, you know, taking care of your body and doing your video journals and also practicing your acts of kindness is like a sustainable something for you? Do you think it's sustainable or you think that is just for the moment?
Um, that's a good question. I think it's sustainable. I think that these are the things that have become most important to me. I mean, I guess when I think about it, I think a year from now, like there could be other ones that are more important to me in that moment. So I guess kind of both. I think these are things that are always going to be important to me, but there might be things that pop up next year that might be a little more important, like maybe goals or things like that, especially like transitioning to my first full-time job and things like that. I think it'll look a little different, but I hope these are still important to me.
Okay. So I'm glad that you mentioned CPS,
Mm-hmm.
helping you take care of your body. So
Mm-hmm.
at least you know what you have to do, and I'm glad that you do. So what are some takeaways that you got from this session?
Um, I think a takeaway that I have is just realizing that like I'm doing better than I thought I was. Like there's a lot of ways that I practice all three of these things. So I think I'm like on a good path and not as far behind as I thought I was, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So thank you for coming to my session. Um, do you have anything planned for the rest of the day?
Just homework.
Okay. And make sure you have time to rest
hmm
and go without your phone
hmm
and eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's been nice talking to you, Kenzie. I'm gonna stop recording the video now. Okay.
Perfect.
Um,